So, I wanted to make a little quick supplement video to my description of the half-elf and the half-orc, comparing 3.5 to 5th edition. There was something that I mentioned with the half-elf that I didn't talk about much with the half-orc, but I want to make this comparison because I think it is a very interesting comparison. So, first of all, we have the half-elf, which I pointed out in my video, is very clearly half-human and half-elven. We have this, and he gets a +2 to charisma from his Elven heritage. He also has the Fey ancestry, the dark vision, and he knows Elvish as a racial language. These things are clearly from his Elven heritage. But he also has clear things that are from his human heritage. He gets a +2 to his, a +1 to 2 different ability scores. This variability and choice is clearly from the human side. He also gets extra skills, and he gets a bonus language. So these things are all clearly human. We have the half-elf, clearly half-elf, half-human. On the other hand, we have the half-orc. Nothing about the half-orc is either human or orc. And you'll know this. Human versatility doesn't exist for the half-orc. He gets a +2 to strength. You could say that's from the orc side. +2 to constitution. That's also from the orc side. Possibly. But nothing's there from the human. He gets the intimidation skill. You could possibly say that's human, but that's still more orc flavored. But then he has restless endurance and savage attacks. Those aren't human. So the dark vision is orcish. Nothing else is. There's nothing from the human side, and the only thing from the orc side is possibly the dark vision. If we look in the monster manual of the orc, we don't see any of this. When we look at the orc in the monster manual, we get a couple of things that are somewhat similar. Of course, we have a higher strength and constitution. He does have proficiency in intimidation, so that's orcish. And he has dark vision. But he doesn't have the relentless endurance or the savage attacks. Instead, he has this aggressive, which allows him to take an extra movement as a bonus action when he is moving towards an enemy. He has these things that are not from the orc, and clearly not from the human. Where did the half-orc get this? The half-elf is clearly half-human, half-elf. Everything lines up perfectly. The half-orc is orcish to a certain extent, but he has these things that don't come from either race. How did he become... Whoa. What did he get from his human half? Nothing. There's nothing here that comes from him being a half-human. Everything comes from the orc, and then he has these extra things that don't come from anywhere. Now, in 3rd edition, there's a little bit more to this. In 3rd edition, the orc, in 3rd edition, as you can see here, the orc has his dark vision, and he has low light sensitivity. He also gets a +4 to strength, but a -2 to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So he has these higher ability score modifiers, and he has light sensitivity. The half-orc, on the other hand, we drop this down to a +2 to strength, and we take out the -2 to intelligence, and we give him dark vision, but not light sensitivity. And we give him the orc blood. But though, we can kind of see, again, half-orc. We can see the orcish side in here. Where's the human side? There's no versatility. There's no extra skills. In 3rd edition, with the half-elf, we again have half-human, half-elf. He gets half the bonus to the skills. He still has the immunity to magical sleep and bonus against enchantments. He has these clear things that come from being human. Like a human, he doesn't have any ability score modifier. He also has no favorite class. Clearly, human-inspired. Half-human, half-elven. I can see the half side of an orc, but where's the human part? And in 3rd edition, they did a little better. They just gave him kind of half of what the orc gets. Half the modifiers, and they get rid of the penalty of light sensitivity, but keep the dark vision. But they don't give him anything with the human. And in 5th edition, they kind of keep the orc ideas, but they don't give him the orc ability of aggressiveness. They give him these 2 new abilities that have nothing to do with being an orc. Now, this is just a brief video. I just wanted to mention this. It was something that was rattling around in my head a little bit. But how is it that they so easily made half-human, half-elf, but they couldn't put any human into the half-orc? And this is a criticism of both 3rd and 5th edition. On this point, like I said in my video on the half-orc, I think that 5th edition's half-orc is actually somewhat better. I think they improved the race. However, by improving the race, they made it less logical. 3rd edition, they've actually got it where he gets half what the orc gets. He gets nothing from the human, but he still gets half of what the orc gets. In 5th edition, he gets half of what the orc gets, and then he gets 2 new abilities that have nothing to do with either being an orc or a human. So, there's less logic in it. For game balance, it's great. But where's the human half and the half-orc, like the half-elf has? Just wanted to put that out.